here in the chat room, all of us here in the commentators booth. I mean, I'm not even sitting on my couch right now. I'm kind of in like a crouch. I'm ready to go.
Couple of last controlling yoga deep breaths before we begin this game number 2.5 in the elimination bracket finals of the Legend of Zelda 80% No Up+A tournament right here on Speed Gaming. BT needing to win this particular race, this heat here, in order to stay alive.
And here we go into level 3. BT with another impressive scroll in. And who will get the bomb drop? We saw KHANanaphone opt to go top route from the get-go in the previous race. Let's see if he decides to do it again. BT the first into the Darknet room.
He got it.
There it is. That's the first bomb drop we've seen in today's race, and that's going to give BT the advantage early on. Now he can work a count, and if he decides to, he can go for his rupees here.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow! That was swaggy for KHANanaphone. Oh, man. I've never seen that before. Now, when you hit those Zols, if you hit them in the right spot, they can go through a block, and that's what happened to KHANanaphone. He was going to have to walk all the way around to kill them, except for he didn't. He just clipped into the blocks, said, nah, no worries, guys. I got this.
Meanwhile, BT getting the double bomb drop in that Darknet room, and KHANanaphone nearly atomic.
Yeah, that was masterful. Well done by the book, and both runners at the raft with respectable race times. The biggest difference at this point is BT's bomb count compared to KHANanaphone's.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that double bomb drop really did him a lot of favors. His count was a little high coming into that room, so he needed to make the most of those bomb opportunities. And KHANanaphone is, he's going to use all of his remaining bombs, and he gets the double bomb drop, though, so good on him.
That'll give him a little insurance against Troll Handela, and he needs it because Troll Handela, he has that name for a reason, and we may see it here. BT misses. He's got to be careful. Down to 2 bombs. 1 bomb. Oh, the clutch kill saves BT's backside and gets the bombs to boot. That was huge.
Yeah, so obviously he's going to be a little bit behind the 8-ball now in terms of bombs, but KHANanaphone not faring any better as he does not get a bomb drop from Manhandla either.
And we cannot emphasize how big and clutch that play was by BT. If he misses that bomb, he'll be lucky to survive that fight and with 0 bombs to boot. But because he's able to hit that last bomb, not only does he have 4 bombs in his pocket, but he doesn't lose that much time. He can continue on his intended route. That could potentially be the move that saves BT's tournament.
Yeah, with his back against the wall, dying in level 3 was not what he needed to have happen. Now, fortunately, he would have had a chance, a quick chance at bombs, having not cleared out the that first Darknet room the first time through, getting the bomb drop. Speaking of bomb drops, KHANanaphone making it rain bombs in the Vire room.
Yeah, I'm not sure if his clean kill against Manhandla didn't spawn a 5 rupee, because if it didn't, then he probably trusted the Vires there, assuming he had a count of at least 5. It's possible that both those bombs were globals, but I don't think they were. That was most likely what you saw there.
Yeah, there was some sort of rupee on the ground with Manhandla, but I didn't get to see what it was because he kind of left the room quickly.
Well done by breastickle. Forces a bomb in the breakfast room. KHANanaphone right on his heels.
Yeah, but something just feels a little lackluster about picking up the stepladder at 4 minutes and 12 seconds after that last run.
Yeah, for those of you who missed it, in race number 2 or 1, depending on how you look at it, breastickle had a 352 ladder pickup and just an insane start, a 5:10 level 4. Not quite on that pace now, but still on a pretty good pace for a race.
Yeah, again, like we were talking about earlier, you know, these were the time that KHANanaphone put up, which was probably pretty close to what BT did this time, was a great race time for picking up the ladder and for getting out of level 4 and those sorts of things. But BT was on chasing down PBs and world records time in that situation.
And that's continuing the trend we've seen. Very clean play. That was the closest thing to a mistake, other than, you know, the fact that he died to Patra 3, but that was to be expected. He was flying. He knew he had to. But surviving that manhandler was, I cannot emphasize how important that is, and a perfect Gliok kill for BT, and he'll have the lead leaving level 4.
Yep. Both guys are going to have 8 bombs. KHANanaphone, oddly enough, being the one that doesn't have the rupee pressure on him, he's the one who has more rupees in this situation.
Yeah, BT, I don't believe he picked up all the rupees in that rupee room, so it does appear as if he's completely committed to the double hundo. He hasn't picked up a single rupee other than the ones in that rupee room so far in this run.
Yeah. So unless he nails the lever here, which he doesn't, yeah, that to me really indicates he's not spending a lot of time thinking about collecting rupees here. That's a great question in chat from Can't Find Bombs, one of our other restreamers for this tournament. Have these guys been more than 15 or 20 seconds apart at any point in time?
I think the biggest lead we've seen was in that tie where we did have, I believe it was BT that had the lead in level 8, and KHANanaphone's 8 was so good that his lead shrank from about 20 seconds to about 5 or so, maybe 10 seconds, leaving level 8. But KHANanaphone's end game in that first race was so strong, and I mean, BT wasn't necessarily playing poorly. It just, KHANanaphone was flying, and we've seen that this entire match so far, just back and forth. One runner just a slightly better segment, handling one room better than the other, and making the difference. And that's, again, like I was saying in between races, what we want to see in a race such as this. Let the race come down to execution. Let the race come down to the little things that these runners are capable of doing. That's what we want to see in a semifinal match.
Yeah, you know, if it came down to chaos in one of these semifinal matches, we want it to be equal opportunity chaos, where both guys are having to scramble to figure out what in the heck they're doing, coming off of a bad death or something like that. It's never fun to see one guy get about 3 minutes behind early on in the race in this situation, because we know how talented these guys are. We want to see the skill level on display for sure.
All right, so BT headed to level 5. KHANanaphone hot on his heels. He'll be headed to level 2 here. BT definitely going to be going for the double hundo here. Let's see if he decides to work a bomb count. He only has 5 here, so he's going to use 1 on Monaco Rock to get the heart container. So he'll have 4 entering level 5, which isn't the worst place to be, but I'm sure he'd like another bomb pack if he can help it.
Yeah, you want to have as many bombs as you can have. You want to find yourself in a situation where you have the capability of having at least 6 or 7 bombs going into the room of requirement.
BT does decide to force. Does get it. That was close. He got it, though. And he'll be scrolling over to his 100 secret, which, again, the double hundo route optimally is about 10 to 15 seconds slower, depending on your screen scrolls. But you make up a lot of time, potentially, depending on how much farming you would have had to do. And BT only having 9 rupees, he would have had to farm a lot. So, yeah, optimally, it's about 15 seconds slower overall. But if he had decided to go 30-30, it would have been slower, I think, in this case.
Oh, absolutely. And when we say 10 to 15 seconds slower, we're talking slower than the world record route, which KHANanaphone isn't running anyway, so there's a little more wiggle room in terms of, you know, optimal times for BT running the double hundo in this situation as it is.
All right, BT with 7 bombs, a full set of hearts, and a blue candle in his pocket. Heads into level 5, where we've seen some interesting recorder rooms. I'm really digging BT's strat to set up this room. He did it in the first 2 races. Let's see if he decides to do it again. His first room requirement, brilliant. His second one was a little bit less, and that was not necessarily his fault. Let's see if he can get that clean recorder room, which could be the difference in the race. This is one of those rooms that really can alter the course of the race.
Yeah, and fortunately for BT, he did make it through Fort Gibdo this time. He has full health heading towards the room. As I say that, he almost got hit by a Keese, but he's got full health going into the recorder room.
Yeah, Keese, the final boss in this game. KHANanaphone gets the forced bomb on the Molderms, and BT's recorder room was outstanding, Liquid.
Yeah. It was a little bit different looking from the other ones, but leaving there with 5 bombs and full health, I'd say that's useful.
You can say that recorder room might be the keys to this race, as he leaves with 5 bombs here. Now he's just flying.
Yeah. But at the bat of an eye, he did take a hit after picking up the recorder.
I'm gonna stop. We can do this all night. Nice level 2 for KHANanaphone. So again, this is literally sounding like a broken record at this point, but that's because of how these runners have been running. It's gonna come down to who gets the Triforce first in level 2 versus level 5 here. BT is gonna be in level 2 right around the time KHANanaphone's entering the recorder room, and this is gonna be neck for neck again.
Wow.
And those of you in chat who are just joining us, you guys have missed what I've always said this. Yes, go back and watch the VOD. The race was great, blah, blah, blah. No. I beg of you to watch this VOD. This has been epic so far. Race number 1, an official SRL tie, 30 minutes and 32 seconds. Race number 2, about a 5-second differential entering Patra 3. BT did not make it to Ganon. KHANanaphone had 6 hearts entering the Ganon fight, but clutched it out, ending the Ganon fight with 1 heart remaining to take game number 1. And here we are in game number 2-ish. And once again, we're neck and neck.
Yep, BT picking up his Triforce from level 5, so he's got, yeah, you know, I guess you say is if he can finish level 2 faster than KHANanaphone can finish level 5, which I kind of think he can in this situation, then we will be looking at, well, I take that back. I forget that he's got to do some overworld walking, although he does get to skip one of the secrets now that he's going the double 100 route.
Meanwhile, KHANanaphone into the rumor requirement, had some very nice bombs to start, forces a bomb, and wisely picks the bombs up off the floor before he kills the last Dark Nuts, and he has a fast recorder room as well, maybe slightly slower than breasticles, but when I say slightly, I mean it. That was really well done.
It was, and it was damageless up until that very last hit, so, and he got a heart drop from that, so leaving that room with 9 hearts and 3 bombs, slightly behind the full hearts and, which was also, I guess, 9 at the time for BT, but full health and 5 bombs that that Breastickle had leaving that room. All the same, a pretty solid count for him. It's he might wish he had a few more bombs, but he's getting to pick. I forgot that he's had these bombs to pick up on the back end, so he's back up to 7 now.
Yeah, and if you enter level 5 on this route with those bombs in your pocket, he had a great count. He was able to keep his count in the rumor requirement. He's going to save time here because he only has to smoke the 1 to Dongo, but he gets a troll Dongo. Come on, game.
All right, well, he does finish that out. Now he's got 8 bombs, which is really where you want to be in this situation for the route that he runs. because this way you can use a bomb on Dig Dogger and still have your 7 bombs you're going to want for the next dungeon, level 7 in his case.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mnemonic device that we use. You can beat level 7 with less than 7 bombs, but it's slow and it's dangerous. You want 7 bombs minimum. Preferred 8, because if you only have 7, you'll be able to clear the dungeon, but then you risk going into 6, like we saw last race with BT, with 0 bombs. You definitely want to get to level 7 with 8 bombs in your pocket. And just like last race, remember, folks, KHANanaphone's got to get the red candle, but again, this is like legitimately the exact same room that BT was in when KHANanaphone picked up the Triforce.
Yep. BT having a very nice Guerrilla room there. Drops the double on Dodongo. He's leaving level 2 with full bombs, so he'll have 1 more bomb than KHANanaphone will have, as well as quite a few more arrows, should he choose to employ them.
KHANanaphone docked from level 4 at 1545. We'll see what his lead is, and I say that with air quotes. You guys should see me right now. I'm air quoting the heck out of some air quotes. About a 23 seconds right now. So the red candle, about a 15-second detour for KHANanaphone. So KHANanaphone has about a 10-second lead, I would guess.
Yeah, provided things go okay in the reverse C room immediately following, or not immediately, but following picking up the red candle. You know, all that holds true. He gets to keep his full health. He's got a good lead here. BT has a few extra arrows that he can use to maybe try to expedite some of these guerrilla fights. But all other things being equal, yeah, KHANanaphone looks like he will have like you said, about 10-15 seconds ahead on on breastickle.
Yeah, he has a lead on me. I mean, these guys are playing out of their mind. And into level 7, KHANanaphone does take a bop, and we saw that in the first race. Level 7 is dangerous, and now he doesn't have a count, and he takes another bop. He's got to watch that health here. It's very easy to put yourself in a predicament in this level, and he doesn't have the arrows that BT's going to have, as you mentioned earlier, Liquid. BT's going to fly when he gets to this room. Yeah,
that was a very deliberate river room for KHANanaphone. Having to chase down the guerrillas with his wooden sword and deliver, is it 5 hits that they take?
Correct, 5 hits with the wooden sword. If you use arrows, 3 arrows or 2 arrows and a wooden sword blast. And Troll Dogger, you don't see the Troll Dogger that bad. Usually if you wait, you can either get fireballed past him or you can just kind of get an opening. BT, having no such luck, had to wait. He did not want to take that 2 heart of damage there. And this is literally the exact same room. This is insane. I have never seen a series of races of Zelda 1, which again is one of the most random race games you'll ever see for vanilla, with all the variables, and these guys are again less than a screen apart as KHANanaphone grabs the red candle. This is insane.
Yeah, and KHANanaphone probably a little bit more pleased with making it through that point with 8.5 hearts that he had at the time, as opposed to being dangerously close to beeping strats like he was earlier in race 1.
To answer the question in chat, this is the bonus bracket finals. The winner moves on to the grand finals to face Lack Attack 2-4. If KHANanaphone wins this match, he moves on. If Breastickle wins this match, we will have a deciding game 3.5.4, 3.1415927. Yeah, piece of pie. I mean cake.
3.1.7 or whatever it is the randomizer is. Is that what we'll move on to?
BT makes up a little bit more time. Those red candle spawns slowing KHANanaphone down just enough. And look at this, folks. KHANanaphone enters the fight. And he farms a bomb, and Breasticle's now in the lead.
So they're both they had the same number of bombs. Breasticle picks up the ferry. We are leaving here with 3 bombs. Identical bomb cats. Breasticle's refill going to be significantly less, though. The curtain closes at 1946 for him. Let's check KHANanaphone. 1953, 7 seconds difference, leaving level 7. 7 out of 7. Oh, man.
Okay, so it's not deja vu because last race was 10 seconds, and that one wasn't close, Kappa. Folks, don't go anywhere. This is about to get good as we head to level 6. Can BT get into level 6 with beams for once? So far, he's had terrible Lionel luck.
Alright, so high-fiving their way through the magical sword room. Whew.
Here we go. The Lionel's finally showing Breasticle some mercy.
Oh!
Finally
turning the other cheek.
And now KHANanaphone's turn, and both runners with beams into 6. That's more like it, game. Thank you. Oh, well, I almost spoke too soon. That was almost a commentator's curse there.
Oh, bombs everywhere. So many bombs, BT can't pick them all up.
Into the Belfry. Bresticle's first shot at it with beams tonight, and he shows why beams are good to have there. What a Belfry for Breasticle. KHANanaphone right behind him.
And he takes the hit. Now, BT did show in race 1 that you can really destroy Magical Breakfast just running straight up the gut if you want.
Well, he destroyed that breakfast, and immediately KHANanaphone grabbed by the likes there, and it gets bubbled immediately afterwards. An unfortunate circumstance. He does clear out those red whiz robes, but Breasticle's breakfast room was significantly faster there.
Yeah. Although KHANanaphone did get bombs out of it, but BT got the bombs from the Vires shortly thereafter, so a non-factor.
KHANanaphone getting no luck at all, man. He gets the affectionately called FU beam as he enters that room from the blue Wizrobes, and then gets another one.
Whew. Wizrobes want to see the deciding rubber match.
Actually, I was mistaken. I think he walked into a red Wizrobe, but regardless, come on, game. You're going to spawn that guy right in front of the doorway? That's just not even right. Rude!
Rude. Well, BT now heading towards Goma with full health and full bombs. You couldn't ask for a much better situation.
BT misses the first shot, and that is something to keep an eye on. KHANanaphone only has 2 arrows here. If he misses the first shot, he's got to make the second one count, although he did it last time with 1 arrow, so this shouldn't be a problem.
And misses picking up the 5 rupee. The insurance arrows are not meant to be.
All right, so BT lands at level 2, 22.56. Pretty good pace here. Sub 30 not out of the question. In fact, he could have a good sub 30 if he has a clean 8 and 9 here, and we know he needs it because KHANanaphone's not going to give this race away.
Yeah, just imagine being on sub 30 pace and still only having like a 15-second lead.
Relatively safe but clean Blue Lagoon #1 for BT, only taking 1 Blue Darknut Bop, and KHANanaphone right behind him. BT gets trolled by the bubbles in the room following the... Whoa, look at this! What a Blue Lagoon for KHANanaphone!
BT getting some nice health drops from these Darknuts as they are not being kind otherwise. Not turning the way he's used to. He's a master of that close quarters combat with the blue Darknuts, but really didn't work out in his favor there in Blue Lagoon 2.
Oh, and there it is. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it, sir.
That was a fairy which got him up to almost full health.
Would you say it was one of the sweet variety?
I got in a little bit of trouble with Lack Attack over a certain other race that I was a part of. So I'm trying to lay off the sweet and merciful stuff.
All right, well, we'll call it a clutch fairy as KHANanaphone goes with and he gets another one. He goes with the fast Gleeok strats, and Fairy's bailing out his refill here as he is only about. Hold your breath. Are you ready for this? You ready for this? 10 seconds behind as we head to level 9. All right, both runners with a decent amount of bombs. Breastickle 1 bomb less than he would like to. KHANanaphone, his bomb troubles are pretty much behind him at this point. He just gets that one off the bluey. He's got 8.
Yeah, not sure if BT's got a count situation here or not. Probably not after that fairy dropped, but
yeah, I'm not sure if he was working a count there or if he was hoping for a global bomb as he killed that blue Lionel. Blue Lionels do drop bombs, but he enters level 9 into the river room at 25:57, and KHANanaphone. I'm not even going to say the time. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. Exactly 10. This is nuts.
Well, BT did, in fact, force a bomb off of the Zols in that first river room in level 9, so he now has 6. So our competitors are even on bombs.
Breastickle does take a 1 heart bop, so it's going to be important here as we head to Patcher 1, and KHANanaphone matches him. Nice job by BT dodging the FU beam. That would have really been unfortunate.
Oh, and Patra 1 not letting him through.
So once again, health is starting to creep up on our runners. KHANanaphone gets through Patra 1. BT plays it safe, wisely does so, but then still takes a bop down to 8 hearts.
Yeah. I mean, just for a split second, he got caught on a full tile there with that blue Wizrobe, and he paid for it.
Hopefully he has a count building with only 5 bombs. He is not even going to bother. He's in full-on pedal-to-the-metal mode, and who can blame him? If he's watching the restream at all, considering how the last 2 races have gone, you almost can't afford to stop for bombs.
Oh, and Patra, too, being unkind as well. Not getting to slide through. It's like me trying to get into Anne Hathaway's DMs.
Into the reverse C first. Breastickle. 5.5 hearts remaining. Only 2 bombs for combat. This time he places the bombs correctly. Much better reverse C, but he does take a bop. Takes another bop.
We're at critical health.
And he can't finish the room off because he got bubbled. He does get a nice heart pickup, but despite having the lead, his health is in trouble. And on the flip side, KHANanaphone gets another fairy. So BT with a large lead considering these 2 runners, but yeah, this is going to be tight.
At least he doesn't have to worry about refill.
And he misses a reverse clip. This is terrible. He's got to get back in there. And he nails the clip, but he gets hit.
Half a heart. Whew. It's low percent at this point, BT. Do your thing.
KHANanaphone is going to probably take the lead here. Goes for Patra 2 skip. Breastickle has to slow down and has to go around Patra, and Patra just won't let him in.
Finally gets through. Now, these likes have been really mean to BT so far as well. And there they go, chasing him down, not letting him through.
Not over yet, folks, but BT in dire straits, needs health in the worst way. KHANanaphone with a perfect trap room heads into the final stretch, and then another poorly named beam from those blue Wizrobes, just not giving him any room to do any aggressive strats here. He's got to go slow. This is terrible.
Yeah. Fortunately for him, he did get a bomb drop, so that helped him. But, again, so slow at that situation. As KHANanaphone all of a sudden is already in Patra 3.
And BT had to play it safe there. Had no choice. Down he goes, and KHANanaphone with nearly full hearts. As my friend Laws likes to say, here's Ganon.
Yeah, and got an awful pattern there too with the Red Wizrobes were all around him. KHANanaphone, one more hit. He hasn't been able to get the stun since that tie earlier, but it's enough. Ganon goes brown, the pig goes down, and KHANanaphone, with one arrow remaining, gives a rupee to Princess Zelda, finishing in first place in this deciding race with an official SRL time of 30 minutes and 18 seconds. That is 3 races where he finished within 15 seconds of each other, I think. Or 20 seconds.
Unbelievable. KHANanaphone with a just amazing showcase here. BT just had a little bit rough time with the Patra, and it was enough to set him back. Just unfortunate that it had to end that way, but he gave it his all, folks, and it was just what a matchup we just had. This was everything we could have asked for and then some.
BT asking in chat if forfeiting at the general same spot in the race doesn't count as consistency.
We'll see if we can't get both our runners to join us in the IRC. Meanwhile, as I attempt to get them in here, maybe you can foreshadow our upcoming grand finals match here, Liquid.
I can say a couple of things about it. It's already on the bracket, by the way. If you go to zelda.challenge.com/2018LOZ, the grand finals is already set in place. Best of 5 between Lack Attack 24 and KHANanaphone. Now, Lack Attack will have a 1-0 lead going into that by virtue of defeating KHANanaphone in the winner's bracket finals just a short time ago. And I believe they have discussed it, probably talking about doing it this weekend.
It does appear as if we're already starting to get rumors of a... Oh, go ahead and keep talking about it. I got to handle something real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, there have been some rumblings that Lack Attack was... he already had laid down the gauntlet wanting to do this over the weekend before we even knew who the opponent was. But absolutely need to be checking that schedule because I get a feeling that one's going to get scheduled very, very soon. As we are joined by the bronze medalist, breastickle, and now advancing on to the grand finals, getting another shot at Lack Attack 24 is KHANanaphone. Congratulations, both of you guys. I think it goes without saying that you all put on the show of the tournament thus far.
That is correct.
Couldn't you have played slower or something?
He tried that once and he died in 9.
They say the right way to play the game is to get into your opponent's head, but why do that if you can get directly into his heart?
Well said. Before we even talk about race number 0.257 or whatever that one was officially coined, congratulations, KHANanaphone, and what a tremendous matchup for both of you guys. BT, those were amazing runs. Just unfortunate bad luck in 9. Go through your second race with us. Your pace coming out of the gate. How are you feeling during that run, man? You were on a tremendous pace up until about level 5.
You said BT, right?
Yeah. Breastickle in race number 2, just an insane start. How were you feeling in that race after that insane first race?
I was feeling pretty good. I got a good Dark Nut clear, and I was just had some good time, and 3 was easy, so yeah. I had like a 354 ladder. I felt like I was probably like 20 seconds ahead. I wasn't actually watching. I just have chat open for speed gaming, so I don't know what's going on at all. So I didn't like adjust my pace or anything. I just assumed that we were always just kind of tied. But yeah, I got to that Darknet room in 5, and yeah, I got Fort Gibdoed, which happens like 1 in every 3 attempts. So that's just how it goes.
Or 2 in every 3, it would seem.
Yeah, I did not have very good monster luck. That's not required for a run, but if you don't want to slow down all the time, it's required.
And meanwhile, in that second race, KHANanaphone, I'm sure if you didn't have the restream up, I'm not sure if you saw what happened to BT in level 9, how close that race was going into Patra 3. As you entered that Ganon fight, you had 6 hearts. Go through that Ganon fight with us, because we were all on the edge of our seats. That was extremely close.
Yeah, I had the restream open, which is like a minute behind. So as far as I knew, I was like, well, we're tied. Oh, Ganon spawned on the right. I have to hit him. I don't even care if I take damage. And then for the last time I took damage, I was like, oh, I didn't know I had 2 hearts left.
Yeah, that was very, very close. Finished with 1 heart, but you were able to hold on.
And I didn't know he had died because it was like a minute behind.
Yeah, going into Patra 3, I believe KHANanaphone had about a 3 or 4 second lead in race number 2. In fact, the largest deficit in this entire 3-game series that we were able to actually see, because, with the different routes and everything, was about 20 seconds. And that was in race number 1, going into level 8, BT up about 20 seconds. But your level 8 in that first race was insane. And you guys left at about a 5-second differential. But that first race, that level 7, talk to us about that.
Me?
Yeah, you're level 7.
I can't remember. Was that
my 7s were super uneventful. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, KHANanaphone, I believe you had 2.5 hearts left when you laid down the bait.
Oh, that was the bad one. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got hit on the way to 7, so I'm like, alright, I'm not getting my bomb, so we're gonna do arrow strats. I don't have to be very, cautious. I don't have to, avoid damage like usually you would have to at the start. And boy, did I not avoid damage.
It was a nice recovery, though, especially after the Dig Dogger didn't drop any health. That was clutch. You were able to pull through.
I was really considering clearing the Guerrilla room because I had 2.5 hearts, and I was in the situation where if I used all my bombs, I'd go down to 0.
Yeah, you end up chasing down Dodongo, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I wound up getting a red Guerrilla dropped a heart, so I had 3.5, so I'm like, good enough. So what I'll do if my bomb situation's like that, I'll go. If the top 2 Dodongos are moving towards each other, I will bomb them. But if one of them veers away, then no. And actually, in the 3rd race, that happened where I walked up there, one of them left, so I'm like, all right, forget it. Then I went down to 0.
God, I had the weirdest wall masters on that last one. Forced a bomb on Mr. Hand.
Oh, and
yeah, I was about to ask you about that, KHANanaphone. What happened in that one?
So I was I thought I killed 4, so I'm waiting for the 5th one. So I'm waiting. It's not coming. So I just go and push the block, and it pushed it. So I was really confused, and so I watched the restream because I'm walking to 6, nothing is happening during that time, and I killed 5. So I don't know, I didn't count. I was really confused.
I saw you confused in chat, and I was like, oh, what's going on here?
Also, I was sort of baiting that to pretend like I got hit.
Oh no, did he get wall mastered?
I did that a couple times. I think not many people bought it.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a... I was concerned about what it was going to mean. I was like, oh great. Of course, I did the same thing by shouting OMG a potion in chat on the way to 9, so...
That'd be a horrible thing.
Liquid was fully trolling the chat. It was awesome. And then race number 3, of course, it was close again. Your manhandle fight, BT. had me on the edge of my seat as well. That was extremely clutch, and just man, just you guys. The greatest thing about this match was that it didn't come down to any manhandler deaths or Gleeok deaths. The deaths in 9 notwithstanding, because in both situations, the race was close. You guys had to go as fast as you could. You knew it was going to be close, but just to be able to put up the insane paces that you guys did, neck for neck, room for room, I'm pretty sure you guys were in the same room at the same time in all 3 races. I mean, I've never seen as evenly matched opponents in a race in my entire time following Zelda speedruns.
Well, be careful, JSR. I don't want anyone to find out the conspiracy of speed gaming. We're just here for close races.
Well, BT, I just want to say, man, it was an honor to get to call this race, and you, sir, are a class act, as always, an amazing speedrunner and amazing at this game, and you make amazing lava cakes. And I'm wearing your shirt right now. I just wanted you to know that. And
oh, the shirt is cursed. Let it be known. No, I wanted to, say GG to KHANanaphone, and thanks guys for putting on a tournament. I know it was a lot of hard work and forcing people to get their races done and things like that. KHANanaphone, I just want you to know that my deaths weren't anywhere close to your time, so I don't think I was that close to you based on what your finish time was and based on when I died and respawned and things like that. So I was just trying to go faster than the game would allow and got careless, but I don't mind taking some deaths trying to go for a win, and I think I had to in this situation. And yeah, I hope Lack Attack plays like crap.
Speaking of Lack Attack, congratulations, KHANanaphone. Moving on to the grand finals of the tournament. Your thoughts going forward, not just of your opponent, of your own expectations, and how do you feel about your tournament so far and your chances against Lack?
I feel like these races have been going a bit too good. I haven't died in 3 recently, so I'm a little concerned about that. I'm gonna die in 3. Man.
I don't necessarily believe that to be true. And the good thing about the grand finals, it is a best of 5. Lack will be entering that best of 5 matchup with a 1-0 advantage due to winning the winner's bracket. But even if you do have a bad race, it's not necessarily rip. And with the times you put up tonight, with the times that you've been putting up, I have a question I've been meaning to ask you. Are you playing on console now? Is there any particular thing you've done? Because you are consistently putting up times that are close to what your old PB was or better, and it's just been amazing to watch.
That's the deadly cathode rays have infected me.
They zap the lag right out of you.
Yeah.
So playing on CRT, you would say is one of the biggest differences, or has it just been more practice?
The place where I noticed it the most, I mean, I am practicing a good amount, and not just grinding attempts or anything. More so practice.
Okay, I just want somebody to clip that and show that to Redbird Grad. Okay, continue.
Okay.
No, he's got that new lagless emulation thing they were talking about.
Yeah, the place I noticed it the most is level 8 by a gigantic margin.
Yeah.
On emulator, I was able to have low or 50x level 9s, and that hasn't changed a lot. But level 8 is just the big thing.
Yeah. I've noticed it as I play on emulator most of the time, and it's something that was pointed out to me that your combat becomes less of a action and more of a reaction sort of thing, and it makes fighting Darknuts very different when you've got that extra jump on them when there's not the lag there.
Yeah.
And obviously, Darknuts a tremendous portion of the level 8 experience here in the Zelda speedrun. So that makes sense.
I'm still bad at the early game, compared to other people. That hasn't really changed. I guess I don't have I don't have all the patience for level 3 resets. That's sort of why I do the top route.
But you're doing it very, very proficiently tonight. I mean, some of those bombs, one of them was an atomic, another one was pretty much an atomic.
Well, that's the top route benefit. The one time where I got hit by a gel, and then the other two spawned like on the other side of the wall. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you
was
through
insane.
that. That was pretty sweet.
I'm glad that worked.
We were both like, oh no!
If they moved up, it was just a huge disaster. Or they stayed in the corner.
But yeah, both you guys showing proficiency throughout the runs, amazing movement, amazing combat, all the swag, the HUD clips, grayscale.
I do those because the HUD clips are to avoid like taking damage. There's no risk of it.
I'm pretty sure I saw BT at one point sword a Keese and arrow a Keese like immediately afterwards, almost like it was the same frame thing. I don't know if that was intentional, but it was pretty swaggy. It was an honor to watch you guys race, man. You guys just put on a clinic.
Arrows!
I need to see my first Blue Lagoon again.
But definitely just an amazing show, you guys. Thank you so much for participating in the tournaments. And as this might be my last call of the tournament, I just want to say it was an honor to get to call this one with you, Liquid. And just the best of luck in the finals, KHANanaphone and Lack Attack. I can't wait to watch it. BT, even though the tournament's over, I cannot wait to watch your GDQ run, sir.
Oh, man.
It's going to be hype.
I want first dibs on calling the Nanophone Lack Attack race, man.
Dude.
I feel like
some professionals, don't we?
No. Let's leave it to the lackeys.
I feel like with a best of 5 race, we can get lots and lots of solid, talented people involved with that. You're going to leave that decision making to Loudgo, though, I'm sure, JSR.
I promise I'll win 2 games. By the way, they hold no water, but I promise it.
Best of 4. Conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. I mean, nobody has beaten Lack, but of all the runners, you've come probably the closest so far. And I honestly am just stoked. I don't think it's as foregone a conclusion as people might consider. I think it's gonna be hype, and I can't wait for it, man.
Either. Looks like we're gonna do it Sunday night, or aim for that. Breaking news.
Put it on the board. No, I'm just kidding. Definitely stay tuned. If you guys aren't in the Zelda 1 Discord, go to zelda.challenge.com. You can find the schedule there. Stay tuned. Keep an eye on the Speed Gaming channels. The race will happen. It's going to be insane. If I'm not calling it, I'll be there watching it, and I hope you guys will too, because this has been an amazing tournament, and we've only got 1 race left. Well, 1 matchup left. And then we will have the coronation. Will Lack Attack repeat, or will we have a new champion in KHANanaphone? And I'm speechless with it. Can't get much better than tonight.
Right? That's exactly what I said. If my, like you said, if this is your last one, if my tournament experience ends with this one, James, I mean, we got to watch a literal technical tie in a best of 3 race, followed by 2 guys pretty much spending the entire evening within 10 seconds of each other. In between one of the races, we started to wax nostalgic about how much we love the Zelda community. Songs were sung, tears were shed, screams were heard. This was an emotional roller coaster from start to finish. I can't ask for much more than that right here. It couldn't have happened in a better place, of course, than Speed Gaming, my favorite restream channel for the Zelda Any Percent No Up+A tournament.
So make sure you guys stay tuned and keep an eye on that schedule. It's coming to you guys probably sooner than you might expect. Keep an eye on it, maybe Sunday night. And again, GG's to both of you guys. Thank you so much for the race. Good luck to both of you going forward. And yeah, thanks for everything, guys. That was awesome.
No problem. Oh boy.
All
Is it
right.
starting
I
to
thought I was
settle
going to
down?
explode. I'm sort of.
All right, Liquid, you want to take us out of here, bro?
Sure, why not? Thank you so much to Keku Manchioyu. However, I'm sorry, I probably butchered that, but our restreamer behind the scenes getting this all set up, doing a wonderful job. Thanks, of course, as always, to KHANanaphone and breastickle for their skill, their creativity, and the excitement that they brought tonight. It made my job easy. I'm sure my partner would say the same for my co-commentator, JSR. As always, a pleasure. This is Liquid Husband saying thank you so much to all of you out there, the chat, the viewers, who made this even more hype than it already was. We thank you for being here, and we hope to see you again very soon.